Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Rao. How are you all? Welcome to the daily series on the tips on wellness, one tip a day. And we are into day 5. Hi, Angela. Welcome. So, we have been doing this one tip a day on wellness. This is my life's mission: promote wellness in individual, society, and the planet, and help to build wellness-oriented health systems and be proactive in our wellness practices, or be proactive to adopt wellness as a life hack, more like, right? So I think that's common sense. That's smart to be like that in this day and age, as we are exposed to a lot of things that are really spoiling our health. It could be food, it could be water, it could be the air that we breathe in, or it could be the modern technology, overuse of that, and misuse of that. And today's topic is digital detox. What does it mean? How we're going to follow this? And actually, this is a big talk on this, but as usual, I'm going to present the tips here. So tonight's tip is digital detox. So far, we talked about gratitude, we talked about deep breathing, we talked about hydration, and now we're going to talk about digital detox, right? Uh, the last one we talked about was how can we nurture ourselves with nature, fruits and vegetables and all that. Okay. After those 4 topics, today is the digital detox, which is like defined as a time that you set aside free from all digital devices, information coming in through the digital devices, right? I usually talk about this as before you go to bed, at least 1 hour before you get shut off all your devices and don't wake them up in the morning. That's a very important thing in this ubiquitous devices, right? The phones, the iPads, the computers, the laptops, and everything that we have. We are exposing ourselves too much of a time on this, especially before bedtime. If you expose yourself to these devices, you will be exposing yourself to the blue light, right? Which is going to inhibit secretion of melatonin, which is the hormone. After dark, when you shut down all the lights, the melatonin is secreted, and that induces deep sleep for you, which is very healthy. And that is being interfered by the blue light of the devices, and don't expose yourself to too much of that, especially before you go to sleep. Okay, so that's what we are going to talk about, because regulating our sleep-wake cycle, which is very important, because uh, if you are tired during the day and you want to sleep, and the body demands rest, mind demands rest, and you don't give the rest, and then you go on, uh, just uh, force yourself to be awake to see a movie. You are going against the nature of your body and mind. So to establish that back, if you improve the sleep from refraining from digital devices, it helps you reduce your mental clutter, and lowers your stress level, and also allows you to more meaningful personal interactions and relaxation. All this is possible when you can be away from the digital detox, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. Um, Before I go into that, hi Alka, let me introduce me as a physician who is really interested in wellness oriented health systems. Apart from the science, apart from the ancient wisdom, what it is, I want to increase the awareness that we could be well, we could be proactively well. That means we know what is the capacity to be well, the ability to be well, very well, and then measure up to it by our habits. If you are naturally eating when you are hungry, if you are naturally drinking water before you really get thirsty, and you're taking walks and you're going under the sun, all these normal things that we used to do are kind of, by our civilization, are kind of, they didn't mean to take it away. But if you ride in the car, never exposed to the sun, if you are indoor all the time working with computers, and if you don't go into the nature and walk, all these things are acting against us. So my thing is, get us back to nature, get us back to enjoying life, get us back to being well, energy within our body, not a lot of illnesses. Those kind of things are really commonsensical. But as a physician who has seen a lot of suffering because of these chronic diseases, like a processed food, like adulterated water and air, and chemicals all over, technology all over, we're going a bit away from our natural selves, right? So get back to that, and doing all that is the key. What I learned from the ancient cultures, where they were more intuitive, more connected with the elements of the nature, and they did naturally what came to the body, what came to the mind. And they were very, very sharp, and they have discovered many things that modern scientists are marveling at. I marvel at them, So it's not a religious thing, it's not like a regional thing, it's like the tremendous important things that they have done. They have done innumerable things about turning inward and discovering ourselves. Okay. For these tips that I were talking about, this digital detox is like a setting aside time, some time every day, that we are away from devices completely, and by definition, that is a digital detox. Put the devices away before you sleep, you can do easily in a few steps. So for example, you put or establish a consistent routine. How you do, how you go for the sleep and all that, it's better to have a consistent routine. Okay, so specific time each night you're going to go to sleep, and then 1 hour before that bedtime, shut off all the devices, turn it off. This helps you. You create a habit and signals to the body that it's time to wind down. That wind down is very much missing these days, because you are packing so much work into your routines. People don't have the time to really wind down their body and mind. That's a very important routine in yoga practice. After all the yoga asanas, breathing, everything done, we do what's called dead man's pose, shavasana. Okay, where it's basically shutting down the mind and allowing the progressive muscle relaxation all the way from head to toe. Okay, that's very important, right? You always do that. So you establish a consistent routine, which is training the body and mind to the sleep wake cycle. Very important, right? And then you want to have a ritual that's kind of relaxing routine. You could do something like a soft music, um, or just read a book or meditate and practice gentle yoga postures. One yoga posture I will tell you here, which I do a few of them very quickly, but then one I will tell you is stand up and keep both legs wide apart as much as possible. Both feet are pointing forward. Then you just bend down at the waist and come down, and with both hands hold on to the knees or below the knees or the ankles, whichever you're comfortable, whichever your body allows you to go down, and keep the head down hanging. This really promotes blood supply to the head, and also you feel relaxed, and then it's much easier for you to sleep after that. Okay, of course, any yoga posture we do with awareness in the movement. So that also helps you to take away all the past and future rumblings of the mind. Okay, so relaxing bedtime ritual is very, very important. Okay, then what you do is you actually have to have a physical separation of these devices. Okay, otherwise these devices next to you, so put it away in another room, and make sure that you are not able to reach them that quickly. Like I have a study, I have all the devices here, but when I'm doing a meeting or some work and all that, I'll be here, but afterwards I go to another room. We can say meditating room. There's nothing else is there. Maybe I'll show you on camera one day, and then go down to the living room where the entertainment center and all this is. So people will be watching movies and all that there, or listening to the music that's also there. And you can go to the basement where there's a yoga studio, and where the atmosphere is very relaxing, inviting, and bright. So you kind of do your routines if you want to, whatever. So basically, put the devices away in another room or physically separate from yourself. And then you want to really convey this to your friends and family, so that they know your commitment, that you are going to put these digital devices away and really allot some time for the digital detox, right? That will be accountably buddy like, so you can do that. And there is a ambience you want to create in the bedroom after you put the devices away, where you kind of relax. You have the lights off, and maybe some oils that will be very good, like a lavender oil. That's a very calming effect. And then your bedroom has a comfortable space, where you feel like once you go there, you have not many things out of order, or many things attracting your attention. No, it should be conducive to have your sleep. Some people use like a mask on the eye so that no light comes in, which is a good thing. There are sleep labs, they call it, in Manhattan, because the Wall Street executives, or brokers, and all those people, they are under very high stress. So these afternoon nap time sleep labs that they can go, and they will be given one bed that is enclosed, like, and then they give you a mask to wear, and then the whole thing is like a chamber that you go in, and then lie down and relax and take a power nap in the middle of the day, and then come back. That's a very energy boosting thing. I have seen those, and I was in New York for 5 years, right? So I know these stress relief measures that the executives are have available for. Okay, so just prepare to sleep, prepare your atmosphere, make sure that you are separating devices from you, and then really have a bedtime routine, relaxing routine. I recommend yoga nidra and shavasana, and then uh, just enjoy yourself, unwind yourself, and then don't touch the devices no matter what. And in the morning when you wake up, don't wake up the devices for another half an hour or so after you wake up. Okay, very crucial, because There's a little thing you want to understand. You can start with one thought. That's the I thought, we call it. And you can allow the thought to go from today to tomorrow, day after tomorrow, what I'm going to do. Thereby, second thought, third thought, fourth thought happen, and the network of thought happens. Refrain from that. Be in the present, be aware of what is going on around you. So you basically not in thought, but in awareness. And then you can initiate your routines and all that. So establishing yourself in the presence is a very important thing. That's what I focus on my wellness club in the morning. Okay. An hour of awareness, I call it, right? People are invited to, even if they want to come and ask a question, I say, no, be aware of what you're doing. We will talk about this after this is over, and they get it, and then they all come, and the moment they enter the class, they are in the present moment, like I am. Okay, that's why I don't want to engage in conversation or anything, but I want them to do the routines and breathing, exercise the body, exercise the breathing and mind meditation, all those things. They're trying to be here and now. And then we can't talk about everything else. Okay. So, but this routine, like I'm going to have fun, I'm going to talk, I'm going to entertain myself, that's not the way the wellness club runs. Okay. You can have that kind of aerobic activity and all that, that's fine. But here we are not only making the body flexible and energetic by breathing deep and also focusing on what we are doing, the mind is given the task of being in the present. Practice being in the present. Okay, so digital detox is a very important thing in this day and age. I'm an informatician. I have a master's in biomedical informatics. So I know what's the value of this information age, how much information we have to deal with. And important thing is to know when it could be toxic for you and prevent that, especially for the sleep and uh, time that you want to give to revive your body and the mind. That's the purpose of the sleep. So don't go to sleep with a lot of thoughts in your mind, then you will be repeating all that. So my formula for deep sleep is in the morning, be in awareness. Then use the conscious thought all through the day. Be attentive to whatever task you do. Do it single task at a time. Don't do multitasking. By being attentive to everything that you do during the day, allows you to sleep deep at night. Okay, so in the morning awareness and then attention of whatever we are enjoying something or talking to somebody, make it attentive, right? And then in the evening, digital detox, 1 hour before, put the devices and spend your time on reflection of whatever happened during the day and put them aside, and then try to go to sleep on positive thoughts or empty mind. It is possible if you do it every day. Do the same time and put the devices away and do some relaxing routines and keep the ambience of the bedroom very well and then go to sleep. So, this is the tip for today of digital detox. Any um, discussion we will do on that. Okay, but it's important, as I saw information overload, brain fog, overwhelm, stress, and burnout among physicians, nurses quite a lot. Then they, because I'm a yoga practitioner, by definition, I'm in yoga means I am in the moment. I'm not clinging on anything that happened in the past, or I'm not, you know, forecasting anything, or projecting something in the future. What I want to do is what quality work I'm doing, what kind of quality I'm bringing to the present moment, to my patient. Am I listening to him? Am I understanding his problem? Am I coming up with a solution? That's my concern with it. I may use the learned lessons of the past, but I'm not going to go and live in the past, right? So that all those things are important. So my formula is Be in awareness with conscious thought, be attentive, and before sleep, put the devices away and reflect, and also relax. Maybe do some activity that relax, like the music I am playing now. That's very relaxing, and you don't have to be excited just before you go to sleep. See, that's what the formula is. Okay. So, if you have any questions, any comments, you can come up and talk to me. Um, so, we have so many people here. Duby, Brian, Becky. Becky, I need to follow her. Okay. And Wandering Fool, yeah, I know her. And Novel, I need to follow her. Angela, Lois, Hakim, they're all my friends. And Megan. So, any your personal experience you want to share, or you want to tell me what you like about my idea about digital detox? Is it something real for you, or you have no problem putting the devices away? Anything like that. If you want to come up, I will open up the floor and invite people to come up and talk about anything. Let me take a sip of water. See what is going to happen as we are into more technology. Of course, you cannot escape from the technology, and also it's not really wise because you want to use a good thing, right? But then uh, don't sacrifice your natural body mind cycles, and they are the ones which keep you very well and well for a long time. And also, wellness that is kind of joyful, because if you don't have pain and aches in the body, especially after 50, 60s, people have those things. If you don't have them, then you're basically comfortable, joyful. You don't have to jump up and down and say, I'm joyful. But you feel that joyous thing building within you, and you feel very, very well about that. Okay. So think about that. And all these wellness tips are towards that. It's not that you're doing a crime if you don't do them, but if you do them, you will be doing yourself a favor. And probably you'll be away from doctors like me, and you can save a lot of money, right? And also you don't have to compromise your activities and your relationships. Whatever you do much better that way. Okay, at least I do. I enjoy my days. I enjoy my time with my family, and I enjoy talking to people like you here. Whether you respond to me or not, I enjoy telling what I want to tell. Say, a lot of joy in sharing things, especially sharing things without expecting anything in return. That's the karma yoga, right? Where you don't have an agent that I am doing this, and you don't look for any fruits of the labor, and that's karma yoga. Whatever you do, whatever action you do, whatever job you do, you make it into yoga means that's what it is. Okay, so it's a fusion of your little self to the bigger self that happens when you are overcoming the little self's desires and profit motivation, or being egotistically identified. Those are not there. Then you are doing your action in a yogic fashion. Okay, so that's why the teaching is first be in yoga, that is, you are united, and then do anything in life. Okay, so that's a little bit esoteric philosophy, but once you come and go there and do everything like that, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to be in that blissful, conscious way. Okay, so I hope this digital detox gave you inspiration to keep the devices away when you are going to sleep this time, and use that time to relax and unwind yourself, and then calm yourself, and then go to sleep after reflecting everything and putting away the trivial. Only the important things, write them down. Even them also don't want to keep in mind. You see, that's what I do. I kind of look at the day, what happened, and they go very quickly for me. And maybe three or four reactions are there where I was angry, or I was unhappy, or I was really something that didn't agree with me. Or we may see people who are very toxic. There are people who are talking a lot, There's so many things. But then all those reactions are reviewed and put it away. Okay, I kind of um, can say now, um, I don't even have positive thoughts. Also, everything is empty, like a purge all the time from your mind and your memory. And maybe one or two things that are very important I should be remembering tomorrow. Then I will write down on the device. Anyway, they will be in the calendar. Then I kind of emptied everything. Then actually I sleep on my being. That's a difficult thing for a lot of people, but being in the thought is not the strength. So don't think you are thinking that's why you're strong. No, being in your own being is the strength. Okay, so if you can do that, then you will know. It's not like a something I say and then you kind of fall. You got to understand that and then go beyond your thinking patterns, your feeling patterns, and all that. Okay, so uh, I can go on these topics forever. I like to talk about these things, and I really love understanding these things. And actually, I got trained on Clubhouse and Wisdom Media, and also other channels like LinkedIn. I kind of was all over talking too much, too fast before, but now I kind of understood how to be brief, how to be. I can talk longer, but I also like to be. If you want me to explain something in 30 seconds, I can. If you want me to explain something, those things that are dear to me, those things I'm doing. Okay, uh, then it's 90 seconds I can do. If you want me 1.5 hour talk, I can do. So that kind of flexibility has come because I was participating in so many talks, so many times, and talking to friends. I don't know why people don't come up and engage me in a conversation. Do I don't understand me, or what happens? I don't know. But I welcome people. I'm welcoming you to this series, and only a few people are coming up. But that would be nice. Okay. Okay, now Angela and then Hakim. I was on the wrong screen, so I could not see you guys. Hi, Angela.
Hi, I'm just going to come up and say
Yeah,
thanks for all the information.
sure.
I enjoy it, which I need to put this phone down now because
Yeah.
I've been on here all day because we had a lot of meetings today.
Yeah,
But I just don't want you to keep asking for someone to come up because I want to definitely come up and say I appreciate whatever you share.
yeah.
And I know somebody else raised their hand to come up, so I can go back down and let them come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'm going to still listen in.
Yeah. I mean, I want people to come out to discuss things and to tell me new things or to ask me questions if they are not clear. That kind of. I just want to help them to understand what I'm talking about. you know. Otherwise, I don't mind if just I'm like I told you, it was a practice for me, Angela. Even though I wanted to say these things, I want to share. See, the larger goal for me is really encourage wellness-oriented health system. Right now, they are not. They are kind of treat only symptoms and send people away, which is really unfortunate. We are losing a lot of health and also being really enjoying our life and the money and the energy too. If one person hospitalized, the whole family suffers lots of times. So that the intentions are altruistic and really important. I think, as physicians, I think we should be doing this and also helping the patients when they are ill. That is there. That's the fundamental thing. But can you prevent them from being ill? I think that is more service, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
And if you're not healthy, no matter how much money you have, you're not going to do.
Exactly. If you are not healthy, you lost everything. There's nothing there for you. Yeah, exactly. I know you are a gardener. You are raising life, and you know that much better than most people. So I think we click because we are both are natural people, right? We want to grow vegetables and all that. So yeah, I know.
So while I'm listening to everything, I'm still trying to clean. I'm packing up and giving out some art materials. So it clear my space up some so I can think better.
Yeah, anytime you clean up the space, you create space within you too. I think that's very good. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Angela.
We create that ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna let somebody else come up.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I think.
How can I move myself down?
Okay. Okay. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Dr. Rao. I thought there was somebody else there as well.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to comment on is not only do I enjoy your talks, and you know that by the frequency of which I listen,
yeah,
but I love hearing the either recording or live birds in the background. Which is it?
Birds are live and the atmosphere is there, but the music is on the computer.
Right. So what do you have for birds?
All sorts of things. They come and fly. This is river front here, right? There's a lot of greenery and a lot of birds come in. And
very nice.
We keep the doors open when the temperature is good. These days is a kind of 75 or so. That's like a balmy weather for us.
Yeah. It's almost even though we're using digital right now, it's almost a digital detox just to hear the birds in the background.
Yeah, that's why I keep it open, because we can next to the window I'm sitting, so you can easily hear them through that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that, and I do that some myself.
Yeah.
But if you hold a space, even if you are on digital.
Yeah.
Even if you can have something like that, whether it's live or recorded in the background, that allows you to kind of disconnect, even if you are connected.
Exactly. And I kind of can play that also probably, but mostly the music is simple and birds are outside.
So much nicer when it's live birds, right?
Yeah.
Connecting.
I'm kind of connected with the nature like that,
Right.
With the flowers, with the grass, with all the time connected. I'll be showing my family. Did you notice that how green that grass was, or did you notice these flowers and all?
Exactly, and here it's the same. As animals are doing their job and the fields are getting greener. And, we'll hear a pheasant, or we'll see a deer, or we'll see something like
exactly.
The farm and interacting with nature at the same time.
Yeah, very nice. Are you doing the digital detox time frame, Brian?
Right.
Yeah.
So I usually have my iPad on near me, but at the same time, I find time each day just to disconnect, and connect and kind of ground with nature and the animals around me. Thank you, Doc.
Hakeem. All these are my friends. They're coming just to humor me, probably. Hi, Hakeem.
Hello, Dr. Rao. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Doing well. Just finished working and gonna have a late dinner and get some sleep. But I was listening to this about the digital detox.
Yeah.
And it reminded me that many years ago, when the release of the BlackBerry, it was like a bridge to the first
versions, different versions,
like smartphones, and it had all, and so I didn't get one till much later, but I think it was around maybe, I don't know, 2009 or something like that. I don't remember exactly when it was, but
2008. I remember that transition, and then I never liked the BlackBerry, so I went straight to the iPhone, and I was stuck with it. I know the time you're talking about. 2008 maybe.
So I got I got a BlackBerry, and I thought it was really great because you could get your email there, you could be in touch with Facebook and other stuff like that. So I set up the device, and I remember exactly where I was. I just don't remember the exact year, but I remember I was at a Starbucks coffee shop in Northridge, California, and I set it up. Then I sat down to start reading, and then within seconds, as soon as I set it up, it was bing, bing, bong, bing. It was like all these alerts, and all these sounds from the email, from Facebook, from everything that was connected to their text. Like everything was just, it seemed like it was nonstop. And it really freaked me out. Like I couldn't take it. I felt completely overwhelmed. And so from that moment on, I just turned off the alerts. I turned it silent. I turned off the vibration.
Very good.
And so at that time, I just, I wouldn't know if somebody was calling me unless I specifically turned on the ringer if I was expecting someone to talk to me. Or if I happened to be looking at the device. But I wouldn't be. I would have my nose in a book, so I wouldn't be looking at it. So sometimes for, it could be 30 minutes to an hour or even several hours where I would then decide, okay, I'm going to look at my device.
Come up, Hakim. I think you went on. Come back and then finish that. Okay.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't be looking at the device. And that's, I think, my first decades-long digital detox is I just, unless I needed to stay in touch with somebody, which every once in a while I did, or if I was on a job that I needed to stay in touch, like, this gig I'm doing now, I mean, they're constantly sending text messages and we're communicating through text. So I have to keep my alerts on in order to do the job. But other than that, I usually live in a very digital detox world, because other than me creating something and publishing it, I just don't pay attention to it because it's not necessary. And sometimes I don't carry it with me, but I've been doing it more lately simply because of the step tracker, the pedometer here on Noom Vibe, and I like to use those vibes to donate. So I keep it with me, but it's still on silent.
I think that's why I use the email too. I don't read all emails that come to me because they're not given notification, but only the ones I want to communicate, like 3 or 4 people today, only those people I will look at the emails. For rest of them, I ignore conveniently, because most of them are solicitations or something, This frequent disturbances, that is a problem, right? Distractions that are planned so that they can promote their business. They're encroaching upon our mindfulness of the activity. You are absolutely right, Hakim. Practicing that is itself is a big deal.
So that's my share about that. I just wanted to talk about that. That's how I digital detox. I just either turn the device off completely or just don't have it with me. And I follow the way that I feel. If I don't feel good about it, then I won't have it. If I'm okay with it, then I'll have it. But more often than not, I'm not dealing with it. So
I have done a whole lot of series of talks on digital detox, and in that I go, how do you handle emails? How do you handle notifications? How do you handle your own creative activity? When you should be doing, when you should not be doing? All that is there. It should be there in this app also. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Okay. Thank you, Hakim. That's a wonderful tip. That's exactly true, because if you want to really keep all these people, for example, I have a wonderful student. She's a very nice lady, but when she sends the messages, she sends her whole day to me in messages, because my students, I want to listen from them, and because they may have some questions, I keep them on the notifications probably. And she was telling me all the story in series of 10 or 12 messages, and then each message she interrupts and sends it, and then each message is giving me a sound telling me that you have a notification. Then I called her and told her, hey, this doesn't work. Don't tell me so many things. All that. If you want to ask me, come to the class. Tell me, but don't send me unless an emergency brief message. Don't send me so many. And then she learned her lesson, because it was giving her problem with her husband also. So she learned that, and then now she doesn't send me, and she has all the access to me in the classroom and in my Facebook group. She could always ask me questions at the end of the class, and I encourage that. And also, I give these talks here. She can come and ask me questions here if she wants to. But they think, oh, we have him in the wellness club, we have him in the Facebook group, we can go there. Yeah, definitely go there. So these frequent distractions is the problem. See, whereas I studied Eastern philosophies and system, there the emphasis is on how can you be more attentive, how can you be more concentrating, how can you really develop that depth where it is relaxing to the mind, and at the same time do the stuff in a much more efficient, much more quality way, right? Whereas this continuous distractions are the problem, and the people who want to distract you, they want your attention. They say it is free, but it is at the cost of your attention. That's a big deal. We are paying a price as civilization, as a whole population. We are paying a big price in terms of mental health worsening, in terms of burnout, stress, anxiety, depression, uh, and there are kids that are killing themselves because they are not able to handle anything that needs more attention and concentration. So it is too much for them to handle anything. Even for small things, they are killing themselves. They don't score enough scores. In India, this is a menace. The whole society, pushes these kids to do well because there's so much competition, so much population, and then they bring their aspirations and dreams of the parents to the kids, and then pressure the kids to perform well. The girl who got 92 out of 100, she is harassed because she did not get 95 and above. And then that kid was very depressed, those kind of things all the way. So this is a big price, and we are paying for this. Actually, I follow the investigations, I follow the inquiries into Facebook, Apple, Google. They called all those executives, Tesla. All these people are, that's X right now, it is to be Twitter. All these executives came to the Congress, and they drilled them, and they kind of presented data where the kids are getting killed by themselves. And then, so they asked them, are you not responsible for this? I think they are, because they can protect our kids' health more than anything else, right? So they cannot say, we're just going to make money, and later on parents have to. Parents cannot look at these devices, because these devices are not like before, where we can continue control the content of the TV and all that. These devices push all sorts of nonsense to the kids, and kids, they may not know what is right, what is not right, and then they are at an age where very vulnerable. The Sometimes the parents don't understand this technology. This is too much for them, because it is evolving so fast, so much. I kind of make my business to at least get in touch with the new technology, so that I can understand its benefits, also its ill effects in terms of the cost to our health and wellness. Okay, so I get benefited because I learned the new technology and apply them, right? So that makes my life much easier. But I'm very wary of this technology becoming a habit, and I can keep the phone away, and then I won't have problem. I will be very happy just by being myself, and then what's called dhyana. That means I go deeper into myself. I don't allow my mind go from the moment, and then I'll be focusing on that. So I kind of very refreshed after that. It's called samadhi, right? Even if you have few seconds of samadhi where the thought patterns are not going all over the place, then you are really centered in your being. That's a very, very energizing, blissful feeling. Okay, try it sometimes. That's the end of the intense practice of meditation. Then you don't have to meditate at all, because you are in the being, and your thought is under your control. You are using it consciously. When you use thought consciously, then it's not having that choiceless awareness you have, but does not have that thoughts going all over the mind, right? You should just experience that. It's not something I can give you as a prescription, but there's a process that you go through. You clean up your mind, and then you live in that present moment all the time. Then you don't need to do any meditation, because you are not in the mind which is going all over the place. You are only using the mind as a tool for you. Okay, so good. Anybody else want to come up and ask me question or tell me anything? You are more than welcome. Okay. Thank you all for coming up and talking to me and listening to me. And I only wish, if you have acknowledgement of what you understood, and also a plan to allow this tip to be part of your wellness program, whatever you have. And hopefully you can tell me that if I have advised you before, you could tell me that too, that you have succeeded in that. And by the way, my retreat supposed to happen tomorrow is kind of postponed because some family things, we won't be available. But I will do the evening room again on Monday, because this wellness tips series on weekdays only, so that weekend is given to the family, so we can go and do stuff. Okay. If I promise a room, then I will be holding them, which is not fair. Okay, that's why I put only on the weekdays. And then I was going to do a retreat for people on how do we handle this information age with some hacks from ancient wisdom. Okay, that's what I am. I'm a modern physician, modern trained allopathic physician, and I'm also a technician in the terms of I have a master's in biomedical informatics, and also I act more like a CMIO, with a lot of hospitals wherever I work and all that. Lately, I'm not going that much, but whenever they want something, I will go and advise. And sometimes it happens on the phone. But I kind of get to see a lot of new technology, much ahead of most people, and I kind of see whether that is applicable for us in the patient care operations. Okay, so that is very important for me to advise. So I get to see a lot of cool things, very important things, and then I get to use them, and then that seems to improve my life. But I also know the problems that people are having because they are not able to get away from these technologies and they're addicts. Use them as tools and be independent of them. That's what I would say. Okay. Thank you. And I will see you back again on Monday night. Okay. Bye.